Happy Monday, everybody. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. I hope you're all having a great Monday so far today. We're going to do more Satisfactory today. That's the plan. We're going to try and ship some of Phase 4. So on Friday, C redeemed a banana suit stream. I've refunded that. Since I redid my cams, the banana suit and the green screen don't want to mesh. I spent like 45 minutes this morning trying to get it to work. It doesn't work. I'm also just miserable today. So my head is pounding. It was a gorgeous spring day yesterday. It is miserable and cold and raining today. My sinuses are outraged and I'm exhausted. So I'm just going to relax. We're going to play some Satisfactory and vibe out. I may end up killing the cam at some point. I'm doing my best to minimize the impact of the light on myself at the moment. I may end up killing the cam at some point today. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I do want to make some progress in Satisfactory. We are going to push to try and get at least... I think we can get all of the items that we need to ship. I think we can get them all going. So we're going to see how that goes. I don't know if it'll actually happen, but that's my plan. So that's what we're going to work on today. The week ahead, I don't know if we're going to have any backwards streams this week. It's a possibility. Definitely not Thursday, but we may have one tomorrow. I gotta see what the day brings tomorrow. Otherwise, it's gonna be a normal week. We are gonna do at least a half of Flex Friday on Friday. Xenonauts 2, which is a cool turn-based tactical quasi XCOM style game, hits 1.0 in 2 weeks. And I have an early look at the 1.0 release client that I can stream on Friday. So we're going to take a quick look at that on Friday. Xenonauts is a really interesting series. So very much in the XCOM style, more of the original XCOM games than the newer XCOM games. But the first one was good. I haven't played 2 yet, but we'll take a early look at the 1.0 client first thing on Friday, and then we'll probably jump into something else afterwards. But that is vaguely the plan for the week. Next week? Yeah. So next week, my kids are both off on Friday, and that's the start of their spring break. So the week after that might be, not next week, but the week after might be a little topsy-turvy with streams. We'll see what ends up happening and what they want to do. We don't have anything like planned for that other than like sports practice and stuff. So we'll see what happens if there's something that they want to do, or if things come up with their friends and whatnot for that week. So we'll play that by ear, but not next week, but the week after. With them being on spring break, the schedule might be a little messed up. But other than that, let's boot Satisfactory and get this party started. Get this shindig underway. I do not know how long this cam is staying on. I'll do my best, but I don't know how long it's actually going to stay on. It's just one of those like spring days that is just like, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what the weather's doing. You don't know what you're doing. It's like 40 degrees Fahrenheit, raining, but humid. So it's kind of like a little bit sticky. It's just weird. And my head doesn't like it. It was very bright and airy and warm yesterday. And the next month is miserable. That's what it comes down to. The next month is just misery, and no amount of allergy meds will help me. I had to sleep. Yeah, I had the windows open and the fan on. I think that's like, I mean, I always have a fan on. Like, I'm of the you get a fan for the bedroom, you turn it on high, and then it stays on until it dies, and you get another one. that's yeah. So the fan is always on, but the windows were open, which may have contributed to this whole shtick. But all right, so if you haven't seen, I did complete the front of the factory for the most part. Actually, I think most of the sides are mostly done. The fascia, as it were, is completed. And I have a slot over here where we're going to be putting in... Fan is on in summertime here usually. Yeah, no, fan stays on. Like, you buy a... They're not even... Used to be like a $15 or $20 box fan. You turn it on and it just stays on. Those box fans are more expensive now. We have one of those tower fans now. That's just on. On full, just on. I also have a box fan that I can pull in for extras. But the fan goes on, stays on, till it dies, and then we get a new one. That's how it works. So, what we're going to do, because we... excuse me. We have to make nuclear pasta, which requires a particle accelerator. You go through 2 fans a year, $30 for the pair. Yeah, that's basically, like, we have the cheap box fans in my kids' room. And we probably replace that one at least once a year. But you turn it, particularly with Penny, like with Key's Hound Fur, that gets into the fan blades. Once it starts wrapping around the column, it's over. It's over. So we should be able to get nuclear pasta going. I do need to get the pressure conversion cubes from over yonder to over here, which I may just manually carry them over at the moment. Oh yeah, even in the winter. Yeah. They don't turn off. Should probably, I mean, to conserve power and reduce our power bill, should probably get better about turning them off. But the thing is, when you run them as much as we do, turning them off is a dangerous game because you don't know if they're going to turn back on. So you just keep it going until it dies. Just the way the world works. Alright, so we need to build a particle accelerator to put the copper powder that we started making and the pressure conversion cubes, which we are making over in the other factory, to make nuclear pasta. Have dry eyes, so you basically only run it when you're in need. Do you sit in front of the fan with your eyes open? Typically ours is like, unless it's summer, you know, unless it's like quite warm, it'll be directly on the bed. But most of the time it's like pointed to the side to just create circulation and noise. Zax, how's it going? So it's not necessarily directly on us. So particle accelerator. We need some stuff to be able to make that. But the idea is this floor right here is going to be where we put the particle accelerator. And that's going to sit right in this spot. We should be able to get like a bunch of them in here. So that's the plan, is we're going to have a couple particle accelerators here. We're going to hook up the copper powder and output our nuclear pasta. I may bring the space elevator over here. I don't think it'll fit here. Can I? Oh yeah, I can. It'll definitely fit here. So we could center that right here on this top floor. I think that's what I'm going to do, is we'll move the space elevator over and it'll be centered right in this guy. Which means I need to... That way the stuff that we produce over here... This needs to go all the way to the edge of these things. The stuff that we produce here, we can just put straight into the space elevator. I'm probably going to manually feed stuff. Oh, there we go. So like the conversion cubes, I'll probably just make a container and manually carry the conversion cubes over. For the Knucklier Pasta. White Mage, happy Monday. That's the plan. So we'll put the space elevator here. That'll change kind of the roof line here. We'll do something different with the roof line to enclose the space elevator. Or just like leave it open or something. You can't really enclose it, but we'll do something. So we'll tear that down and bring it over here. We're also going to grab stuff that's over there and bring it over here. We have one train coming over. I should probably make at least one more train bringing stuff over. I could... Alright, wait. Let me look at the other stuff that we have to ship. So turbo motors, we're gonna need modular engines, turbo motors, cooling systems, and fused modular frames. For me, I forgot how annoying these all are. The thermal propulsion rocket is a pain. The magnetic field generator should be fairly straightforward. I don't think we're making electromagnetic control rods yet, but we do have a ton of versatile framework left over. Let's zoop back over to the other factory and see where we're at. By the way, I did fix trains. Since the last time we played, I loaded back in. So if you recall, redid trains, redid all the intersections to clean it up and make trains stick to like one side of the track, basically. So that they're, for the most part, on the right-hand side wherever they're traveling. There are some exceptions, like these little runs. They do have a tendency to cheat, but that is such a small space, and they're isolated, so it shouldn't have that much of an impact. But the long runs, they're all to the right. Off stream, yeah, I actually want to finish this run, Zach, so I have to do a little work off stream. So I loaded in, so we kept having collisions and issues with the stuff, because I changed so many tracks, I changed all of the signaling, and it just kept having problems. The trains kept freezing, and then I made this nitrogen train that just drove by. That we made over here. So that branches off of the nitrogen run we have going over here. So that goes into here, and that train, I started it, and it just wouldn't go. It just said it could not reach the station that I was sending it to, which is dumb. It absolutely can. As soon as I loaded the save file back up, all the trains started working and there was no issue. Which just reminds me of the fact that when you make a lot of changes to the train system, you should make a save and reload the world, because it just gets overwhelmed, basically. So then you just got to reset it, because every time the train leaves a station, it makes a reservation. And if you make changes while that reservation is in place, it messes stuff up. So really, that's kind of on me for making so many changes and then just expecting it to eventually correct. And I was like manually correcting some of the stuff, but it just kept hanging up. So yeah, we'll have to work on that. Why don't I have any aluminum casings? Did I go through all of the aluminum casings over here? Hold up. Did I really do that? If I did, I can just sink the other aluminum pieces. Nah, there's still casings. Why aren't you... Because you're not connected. Oh, okay. That's why. So let's do this. And this. and that'll get going. Bathroom work is starting this week, so you made yourself fancy sandwiches for comfort. Nice. Ooh, that sounds awesome. Fun. Those sound very good. Let's do our best to speed this up a bit, huh?
Just floating around tugboat people.
Jesus Christ. Eve, thank you for 67 months. With French's yellow mustard. Thank you, Eve. By the way, speaking of that, I've started setting the thermostat in my car to 67 degrees. So then every time I get in the car and it turns on and my kids are in the car, I point to it and then do this. And they're, I think at this point, considering patricide. I'm enjoying myself. They are not. At all. This is going to that. Okay. That'll speed that up, because this is making radio control units, which we'll need a lot of. Okay. Spray painted all of the tile. Oof. What's the price point between getting that removed and then just replacing the tile? Like... Although I will say, there's no such thing, particularly in an older home, as just tearing up tile and replacing it. As soon as you remove that tile, you unveil the horror, and that creates more work. So fair play if you don't, you just want to leave that mask on and remain blissfully ignorant. Professionally glazed and done. Sounds like me. Alright. What was I doing? Set into concrete. Oh, that's not bad then. I mean, you'd have to... Like, you'd have to skim coat. Like, tearing it up, depending on how cleanly it came up, you'd have to skim coat the concrete to relay everything, but that wouldn't be onerous. I was looking at stuff and things. Thank you, Guru. That clarifies everything for me. Let me move these guys into another storage unit, I guess. Can I slam a sink down here? I was glazing myself. That sounds more accurate. Alright, so what I want to do is I need to empty that train station, is what I need. So that's going to happen here. That's going to take at least one more of these. Alright. So that's going to start emptying out. Because this one is not empty. Why are you not empty? This one's empty? Okay. Well... It's not a new patch, Scuzzy. That's why. I'm not running the experimental build. I don't like running experimental and Satisfactory. So let's get... No. God. I don't think you all can hear it. However, I'm fairly certain the people above me are moving out today. And it sounds like there is a WWE tournament going on above my head. There have been some interesting discoveries with 1.2, by the way. Very interesting discoveries. So one of the things that they added is that you can reduce recipe costs. So you can set it so that the recipes take 25% of the materials, but they still output 100% of the normal recipe. So, like, for instance, one of the things people have discovered is, let's say you're making plastic. So instead of 30 crude, it only takes 20% of that. Excuse me. So like 6 oil per minute or whatever, and still outputs 20 plastic, but it also still outputs 10 heavy oil residue. So that has made aluminum really weird, because then you are generating water from magic. You end up generating so much more water than you could ever possibly need, which is really, really interesting. Fascinating development. Anyway. Me finishing our new patch? Probably the new patch. I'm a ways from being done. We still have to finish phase 4. Hopefully I'll get, like, at least some of this going today. I'm going to transition this station into an outbound station. So we'll bring some stuff over. I'm probably going to extend this floor and put another train station on top of it to ship more stuff over there. These had decorative fountains, yeah. What they need to add is, what I would like to see added is a reverse water extractor. So just a water outlet, basically. So that you can dump excess water back into the water. 1.1. Closing tugboat. Welcome in. Still on 1.1. I'm not going to play 1.2 till it gets off of experimental. Because I really do want to finish this save file. I do want to complete the game once in my freaking life. Alright, I'm going to move this over to the other factory. Real quick. While we wait for that to empty, and then we'll figure out what we're going to ship over with that. So we're going to move over here. Yeah, the thermal propulsion motors or whatever is... The nuclear pasta is slow. Like it's 1 every 2 minutes or something. So that's, you know, like 3 hours to make that stuff. But the thermal propulsion rockets take fused modular frames. It takes turbo motors. It takes cooling systems. It takes everything that's annoying. So that's going to take a little while. The magnetic resonators I should be able to get going pretty quickly. I don't think I'm making electromagnetic control rods right now. So we'll modify that. Yeah, pasta's two things, right? Well, I mean, the pressure conversion cube is a complicated thing, but it's just two things. So it could be worse. Let's see. The only pain is the fact that it needs a blender for one of the ingredients. Yeah. There? Good God. I'm gonna... Like, could we move on a day that I don't have a headache? That'd be great. Thank you. Centered-ish there. And then we want it right on that line. We're good. Oh, I wanted to grab... Let me add these to the queue so I know what I need to grab. Some supercomputers, fused modular frames, and cooling systems so we can make some particle accelerators over there. Then we'll plug in our copper powder, which is in this guy. On the floor below, though. Yeah, if you hear any thumps, I'm fairly certain the people above me are moving out today. So, either that, or they're throwing couches at each other. Could be either one. Could be either one. I hate it here. Either that or gunshots. Well, you know. One of the... They adopted a gorilla. Yeah, that could be. One of the funniest things is they were trying to open a new dispensary. There's one they opened on the other side of town. They were trying to open one over on this side of town. And there's a huge, like, pushback against it. And one of the people who is driving the pushback on it is the guy who owns, like, every liquor store in town. Which is extra funny because his argument is that the dispensaries will, like, create a bad environment around them. This is, again, the owner of liquor stores is arguing that they create a bad environment. One of his liquor stores is in the parking lot across the street. If you walk around the side of it, it's just a sea of cigarette butts and little nips all over the ground. And they constantly have to call the police to chase the drunks off. Meanwhile, the dispensary on the other side of town is, like, super clean and nice, and everybody's really friendly. That's why they got rid of your Wawa. It attracts the wrong kind of people. I really dislike America. Have I mentioned that? Alright, so we got the stuff to build the particle accelerators. Nice, FLCO. You need to... Oh, you're emptying into that. That's fine. This needs to finish emptying, though. Bruh. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. These are all... Oh, those are going into a merger. That's why. Alright, let me grab all of that. That'll speed that up. Maybe. That one's full. Oh, that one's... Okay. As evidence? God. I don't. We're verging into I don't want to talk about that stuff on stream territory. Alright. Empty out. I have need for this train station. That one's empty. That one's empty. Yes. Basically jovial, yes. Alright. Let me drop these off. You go in there. Do I have... these in the cloud? No, I don't think I do. I mean, I did, but I think I ran out. No, I do. Never mind. Alright. I have 126 electromagnetic control rods. Was I making those at some point? The people from Delco. I mean, is that the kind of people that you want in your neighborhood, Bob? All right. Oops. Oops. Bishop, good morning. Phase 4 is where you usually hit a wall. Yeah, big same. I've gotten to phase 5 once. Let's do main Audi. Alright, so we're going to shift that to an outbound terminal somehow. And things we're going to send over there are pressure conversion cubes. So we're going to have to go up and grab those. Wawa's for everyone, yes. The answer, White Mage, and then we'll move on to another topic, is people who are far too tan. One of the few places on Earth where everyone is equal, yeah. The Wawas in New Jersey, everyone is equal because no one cares. No one cares who you are, what you've done. Will I be able to continue? No, I don't think I'm going to be able to continue making this stuff over here because I'm not bringing any more aluminum in. Nagrath, how's it going? Welcome, man. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? What did you get up to today? Hi everybody, my name is Tug. We're playing some Satisfactory. I'm still in 1.1. I don't want to play 1.2 till it gets out of experimental. I'm in phase 4. I'm hoping to ship some of phase 4 today. We've spent the last, lot of hours making a new factory that I haven't even started using yet. It's just a shell. But eventually, we'll use it. But I had an idea since they added vertical splitters... Alright, wait. I gotta explain this. Since they added vertical splitters, right? So, over there, the whole front, this whole front panel right here, is a vertical bus. It's 40 vertical belts going from the basement, where all these trains drop stuff off, all the way to the roof. And there's vertical splitters on each floor, so 40 different components come into that, well, eventually 40 different components come into that factory, and then get split up the front wall. So that's what we're doing. So that kind of distracted me for a little bit of time. We're at the no alt recipe save, continued some generator piping and set cables and so on. Quite fun. 5 minutes, yes. We spent 5 minutes doing that. Definitely not the last 2 weeks doing that. But we have a lot of trains, and then the trains broke, and I still need to add more trains, which is probably going to break some more trains. And then we'll just keep going that way, you know? So, hi. Welcome. Welcome to the show. That's what we got. So, right now, I'm trying to get together the stuff for Phase 4, to get it over there, to start putting it together, to put it in that thing, and send it up there. Savvy? That's the plan. Love Trains had a few last save. Yeah, I don't know how many I have running now. At least a dozen? At least a dozen, and they all, except for my coal train, which goes over there. My compacted coal train goes over to my turbo fuel factory over there. Except for that one, they all go into this building, which makes it a little busy. $86 plus. I don't know if we're going to get that high, but we'll probably have a lot. We're definitely going to hit capacity for these intersections. That is for sure. 100% going to happen. Alright, so let's get this stuff sent over. But the problem is, this is going to stop working. So I need to get... Did I start... I didn't send heavy modular frames over there yet, did I? No. Did I? No. I got aluminum over there. And I have copper sheets over there. So I could start making heat sinks over there. So there's that. I've got nitrogen over there. I have water over there. I have rubber over there, so I can start making cooling systems over there. Alright. So... I don't know if I have heavy modular frames over there yet.
Gleaming endowment.
Pat! It's Monday, man. I got concerned for half a second, and then... you happened. Thank you for the biddies, Pat. Sorry I've been gone for a few days. I actually ended up having to spend some time in the hospital for being too cringy. They put me in the AWK ward. And I thrived. Okay. No alts means none of the MAM tree alts? That's a good question. No alts sounds miserable. I'll be honest. MAM tree alts are allowed. Okay. Still sounds miserable. Alright, these need to be sent. I should just take these manually over there. For now. I'm just gonna grab that. Jesus. Yo, dog, I heard you had a headache. We're gonna slam into the ground a whole bunch. Why is production... Oh, because I don't really need more of those? Should I just keep those going then? Trying to imagine using only Mark 1 power poles in Phase 4. Oh, God. Well, 1.2 you can daisy chain. But still, fair. Alright, wait, I gotta go see what I have over there. I think I'm bringing regular frames over. I don't think I'm bringing heavy frames over. I think. Take care. Thank you again for the raid. I appreciate it. Starting a 1.2 playthrough purely for the daisy chain. Yeah, that's one of the better ones. I just saw this morning. I didn't notice it. I didn't really read the patch notes because I'm not going to play it yet and I don't want to get excited. I've seen some stuff. But I did notice they added T's to pipes. So instead of 4 ways, they're 3 ways, which is nice. Is Mr. X outside your safe room? What is happening? I think the neighbors upstairs are moving out. That is the only possible explanation that I have, other than perhaps they're just going to town on the floor with baseball bats. That could also be the answer. Alright. Aluminum. No. Did I don't have any form of frame over here yet, do I? Oh no, I do. I have regular frames over here. Reinforced plates, motors, regular frames. Motors, rotors, reinforced plates, regular frames. Nothing else there. Don't say 3 ways. Alright, so... Yeah, so if you're just coming in, this was the idea that I had. So then I built this building for this idea. So we've got 20 freight stations over here, 20 freight stations over here, 20 vertical belts, 20 vertical belts. So everything's coming in and feeding into here, and then feeding every component to every floor. So when we need to make something, we can just plug in and go. Is the plan. We haven't done the plan yet, but the plan is in process. So, you know. Oh, right, I was doing encased frames. I need to get concrete over here. Jeez. It's a busy morning. Nabor, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. What year will the plan be completed? Good morning to you too, Paint. Lovely to see you. Always appreciate when you come by. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Doug. We're playing some Satisfactory. I am on 1.1 still. I'm not playing experimental yet. And we're trying to ship some Phase 4 stuff, but I got distracted because I had an idea for this, which is a 40 belt vertical bus on the front of a factory. So we've been working on getting that going and not doing anything else. Getting the trains working and getting the belts running. So the end product will be 40 different components running up the front side of this factory, feeding each component to every floor as we go. So that's what we're doing. Will I finish first, Stardew Valley or Satisfactory? I can say, well, I mean, I've finished Stardew Valley. I haven't 100%ed Stardew Valley because I don't hate myself. Well, I don't hate myself in that way. You don't... Okay. It's not really a debate, right? Anyway, I hope you had a good stream. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Alright, I need to go move things around and get things sent over there so we can do stuff. Because I'm gonna need... So, I should send some concrete over there for sure, right? Wait, should I? Is it worth... Yeah. I definitely do. Restarted for 1.2, liking it so far. I'm excited for it. I am looking forward to it. I do want to maybe finish the game at some point. Speed kills, good to see you again. As long as the trains keep moving, yeah, the trains are fine. No, she's not. She didn't work last night. She worked the night before, so she'd been asleep. She woke up at like 7 a.m. She went to sleep at 9 a.m. yesterday and woke up at 7 a.m. today. So that she could be functional for the next 2 days before she goes back. Because night shift is fun, right? Right. Oh, that's what I was doing. I keep getting distracted. It's weird. Alright, turbo motors. This stuff is gonna stop working because I'm not bringing aluminum here anymore. Alright, wait. I gotta... I'm out. I need... Yeah, I'm gonna do I'm not gonna do a game note. I'm gonna do a paper note. Distracted by what? You, Bumper. Slept nearly 12 hours on Saturday. Oh, wow. That's lovely. I actually got to the gym on Saturday. It was a short session, but it was the first time I'd been in a little while. And I'm sore. Okay. So, I need to make... heat sinks. So we're going to do heat sinks. And this is at 10 per minute. We're probably going to need more than that, right? I just did light shoulders and then finished out with flies. So I was doing like mostly shoulder stuff, and then I basically did my rehab from my shoulder injury set, but very light. Like most of my like cable stuff was like 10 pounds. I was doing very light, like 20 reps, but like 10 pounds just to get motion going, and then a lot of cardio. So we have 10 per minute of heat sinks going. We're definitely going to need more than that, right? Because that's... I definitely do not want to use those for radio control units. Good God. That's miserable. 15 per minute? No thanks. So we need... Oh, we need 12 per minute for cooling systems? I'm running that under? Apparently. Okay. So we'll do heat sinks, cooling systems. We are running it under. We're running it at 5 per minute. Okay. I haven't looked at this stuff in weeks, so I don't remember what we were doing. Thank you for the lyric, Eve. Have a good walk. We're also doing... Our fused modular frames are way under what we need, but that might be alright. Right now, our fused modular is at 1 per minute. Okay. Should I ship... I think I'm going to ship heavy modular frames. I have an entire floor dedicated to heavy modular frames, and I think it's worth just shipping those over. And I don't think I'm going to have to send concrete over there. Yeah. So we'll send the heavy encased beams over. That's easy peasy. So these are all going to be made at new factory. So then the 4 slots for the train that we're sending over. We're going to have heavy modular frames. Ooh, it's pouring. Jeez. They finally stopped banging enough upstairs that I could actually hear the rain. Do I want to send... Oh, I don't have plastic over here anymore. So I can't even continue to make supercomputers over here. So that's fine. So high-speed connectors I can still make here. Actually, I don't know if I have circuit boards being made over here anymore. Perfect day for moving. Yeah, right? Yeah, same. The second we stepped out of the building with my daughter this morning, it just started downpouring. She was very happy about it. No, I'm not. Wait. Am I sending circuit boards here anymore? I don't think I am. I had a ton built up, so that's going to keep running for a while, but I don't think I'm sending circuit boards here anymore. Yeah, we have a ton. We have a ton built up. But it is running out. So it will eventually run out. So we won't be able to make AI. That was high-speed connectors. AI limiters we are making here. I should be able to continue that here? Any question? I think. Where was I making AI limiters? Is that the next one? That's motors. Motors we're already shipping over. Yeah, AI limiters are over here. That, I think we're under... Yeah. That's fine, though. Alright, so we'll send AI limiters over. I could make those over there. But I think that's all I'm going to be using copper sheets for over here, so I should be able to speed this back up. So we'll do AI limiters here. That'll go on the train. 2 more spots. What are you? Why do I have a giant thing of cable sitting here? Making way too much cable. Oh, I need to send copper wire over. Right? I don't think I have copper wire over there. So... yeah. I think we'll do that. Right? I don't have copper wire over there. I have copper powder and I have copper sheets. But I don't have copper wire. That stuff's coming from the other factory. So we'll do copper wire. I could... Nah. I don't want to do that at the other one. That would be too... That would make it messy. What else am I making here that I can bring over? I got one more slot on that train. Oh, we could do... radio control units are going to have to be made over there, because this will eventually run out of casings. Crystal oscillators, however, we can. So maybe we'll send those over. Because those we can do a couple different recipes with. We'll need them for radio control units. Also, crystal computers we can do over there as well. So we'll do that. I believe we're doing this. Are we doing that recipe? No, we're doing the base recipe. Alright, so then... crystal oscillators. We'll go over there. Alright. So that stuff's going to be made over there. Radio control units are going to have to be made over there. How much am I making of that? We're underclocked to 1 per minute. We'll probably ramp that up, but for right now, that should be everything. So then I need to get this stuff run over there. How do I want to get this stuff over there? Because that station is like way down. I have a spot over here. Oh, these can go away. Right? What is this making? Oh, that's making modular engines. Oh, I need those. I can manually carry some of those over. I forgot I left these running. Oh, I also need... I am not making electromagnetic control rods. So I'm going to need to make those. So AI limiters we're sending over. Stators we're going to need over there. So let me do... Am I making stators? If it helps, Zeno, it's riddled with Gen AI stuff, and they had to put out an apology saying they didn't mean to use Gen AI stuff. It was a placeholder. So if that helps, make your decision. They used the boilerplate, "We're sorry you got mad about it." Literally, like, we weren't aware that it was being used as placeholders. Okay. Like, and so much of it, here's the funniest part, is, like, a lot of it is artwork and stuff, like, in the background. Like, some of it, like, there was, like, a gravestone that has upside-down Hebrew written on it. And then there's, like, artwork that's, like, it looks like, you know, Renaissance-era artwork, which is all in public domain, by the way. You could just use that, but no, it's a smeared-up Gen AI version of the same thing. But it's a placeholder that they were going to replace. If, of course, they said that they didn't know that it was being used, but then also that it was planned on being replaced, because they didn't know they were using it, so they were obviously had a plan in place to replace the things that they didn't know that they were using, so... There's that. Stators. I think I'll do stators instead of copper wire, and then we'll make copper wire at the other place and send it over, maybe. Because do I have stators going? Yeah, I got stators going right here. And those are going in to make automated wiring. Which we can probably turn off. Why am I still making automated wiring? It's used in adaptive control units, which is used in the assembly director system, which is used in something else. So we'll probably need it at some point. Let me turn that off for now. My understanding is the keyboard and mouse support is actually pretty poor. Like, the keyboard and mouse support is really bad. The control scheme makes Quap jealous. But there you go. Alright, so no copper wire. We're going to send stators over. Okay. They've been pushing out some updates to address player concerns. Crimson Desert is the kind of game, for me, personally, that in 2 years' time, I'll pick up on a winter sale for $5 and probably have a good time. If I wanted to play a big, long RPG, or a big open-world RPG, I would finally play Expedition 33, or finish... or play Cyberpunk, or finish one of the other open world RPGs that I have, like Tears of the Kingdom, or what's the one with the like the coral face people? Or Garrus is your fish buddy. Anyway, that one I could finish. Avowed, thank you, Zax. Yes. Yes, I'm not looking to add another one to my I promise I'm gonna play you pile. Yeah, there you go. You're welcome, Xena. Avowed is very good, and it's had some very good updates, so... As someone who played Black Desert, the fact that the controls are somehow worse is a significant feat. Yeah. Not a $70 game. And there you go. Add in the Gen AI BS, and Esoteric Ebb is fantastic. If you want to play a slightly more light-hearted Disco Elysium in a more D&D style universe, Esoteric Ebb is absolutely it. It is good. Quite good. No real main story, open world exploration focused game, which is fine if that's all you want. Personally, like a main story to give you direction, otherwise you're ADD fueled aimless wandering. Yeah, fair. Very fair. Okay, that's gonna go down here. And we're gonna send that even further down. Is this? No. This is going to be awkward. We're going to bring that over here. And then go down. And somehow get it over there and out to the train. Past all this stuff. I really should just throw a sink down and sink all this aluminum, because it's barely being used. Oh no! Why? Why? That shouldn't be quick. That should be steel beams. Why are you quick wire? Bro. What are you doing to me right now? Oh, it's because I changed that train? I, once again, request the ability to put in empty trains. Can I... Or the ability to say, like, to define what gets unloaded. Like, I can define on the train what gets unloaded, but I need both of these to be unloaded. But the problem is another train comes through here that drops off something else, and it's just really annoying. It's real annoying that these keep getting mixed up. Because now I have a whole bunch of quick wire on my steel beam line. Alright, so I have to put... Oh my god. Get me out of here! Ah, I'm trapped forever. I'm gonna have to put a smart splitter on there. So center output is steel beams only. Left output is quick wire. And then we'll just do that. It'll be ugly, but it'll work. Okay. So many narrative-heavy RPG games in your backlog. Sometimes you just want to dive into a game and putz around with no specific goal. That's what I use, like, shooters for, is when I just want to do something. My problem with, like, even just, like, open-world RPGs and MMOs is having to take time to remember what it was I was doing the last time I played. Like, I still want a game to have a feature where if you don't play it for like a week plus, a little thing pops up that goes, would you like a reminder of what you were working on? Witcher 3 is the worst for that. Witcher 3 is a huge open world that just gets confusing after a little while, yeah. Okay, how am I going to get stuff down to this station? I didn't plan for this. Death Stranding 2 is really good for reminding you of the story on load. You can skip or read it. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's the pile that it landed in for me, Bishop, is I'll pick it up for $5 to $10 in next year's winter sale, basically. Just stole carriages for an hour? Yeah, my son started playing it. He played through a bunch of it. Wanted to murder Micah. Then stopped playing it for a little bit. And over the weekend, I was like, oh, you should play Red Dead. He loaded it up and he's like, I don't remember what I was doing. And then he quit and just went back to doing something else. Yeah, Eve, they posted their boilerplate apology for doing something that they got caught doing. We're sorry you got mad at us for doing something we should never have done. Sorry you're mad. Yeah, oopsie doodles. We didn't think anyone would notice that we butchered very famous paintings with Gen AI. Even though those paintings are free for us to use as they are, we had to make them appreciably worse. We're sorry you noticed. I might move this station. I'm gonna do all this work, and then I think I'm just gonna move this station. Because I don't think I can get stuff down to the bottom here. I might bring it up flush to these. Or move it over so I have space to bring things down. Because this is really annoying. If I put it over here, I could split that and run it across here. Bring it down, like run them over the top and bring it down. I could. I could also bring them out over here and then drop them down, like underneath, which is what I was originally thinking of doing. Because I have some space over here. So I could run the 4 lines this way, down to here, and then feed them out this way. Because then that would free me up to put another station on top if I needed to. Although I don't know that there's anything else here that I need to ship out. Because most of the other production is going to shift over. Put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Yeah. If you can, you should. It is my life's goal to always do as Missy Elliott says. So... this is awkward. I need to get things, so let's go. As it should be. Yeah. In my opinion, the greatest and most underrated producer maybe in hip-hop history. Everything she touches is gold. Like, some of the stuff that she has, like, low-key worked on and not really taken a lot of credit for is incredible. She is brilliant. They named a street after her? Nice. Maybe I'll bring it over to here? Spaghetti. Doxing himself? Nope. Needs to go tight this way so we have room to bring the other ones. Oh, no. What was that? What the f... This game sometimes drives me wild. Alright, so then you go there. And then we're gonna come this way. That didn't create a 90-degree turn. You son of a... Anyone notice that the straight belts are garbage? Every time you want it to do something correctly, it just decides, nah. How about we not make it straight? And we put a little We put a little English on the end of the belts. You know? Why not? Why not? Like, I want that to be straight, not that. Why? Put a little English on it, yeah. Alright. Make it a little curvy and non-functional. So let's bring that guy all the way over here. That's the inbound. Oh. No. What do you mean you cannot? What? Let's try this. If we go... Okay. This is going to be load. We'll get that going. That is our stators. Okay, so we need heavy modular frames, AI limiters, and crystal oscillators also brought down here. Easy peasy. Right? Right. I could... run them this way. Where the space elevator used to be. AI limiters are... oh no. Heavy modular frames. This guy. This guy. You're feeding into there, so we want off of here. Okay. Where am I taking this? That way? Away we go. Then we'll go to here. To there. I think that's gonna, yeah, that's gonna hit a belt. So that guy will come over to here. Good God. That level? Woohoo! First try. Love it when a plan comes together. Do-do-do. Okay. You go in there, you go there. You come down. Here. Oh, it doesn't reach. Is it level? Oh, it's not lined up either. That's dumb. So if I half nudge it over, or maybe full nudge? Oh, that's annoying. I dislike that. Maybe if we turn this that way. Like there. And then we turn that one that way. Make it look less bad, as it were. There. Slightly off, but it'll work. It's ugly, but it's functional. Title of my autobiography. Zunder, what's going on? I'm keeping the cam on as long as I can. My head is splitting, so I'm doing everything I can to minimize my exposure to light. But the cam may turn off sooner rather than later, to be honest. Why is there so much spacing on the stators? Did I offload that entire... No. That means there's a wrong size belt somewhere. Turn it off now, dummy. I'm probably going to when I take a break. Why are the stators being so laggy? Whatever. Okay. What was the other? I need these guys. These fellas. So... That was facing the wrong way. I want you facing that way. Why? But why? Okay. So then this is gonna go this way. And we'll continue with the ugly belt parade. Doo-doo-doo. Probably should have moved this to the side, although I'll just do this. We'll do it dumb, because that's how I roll. That can come up one more. Ugly Belt Parade is your Panic at the Disco cover band. Nice. Well played. Well played. So we'll do another floor hole there. That guy to there. That guy to there. That guy to there. Zoom. Zoom, zoom. So then we'll have you come straight down. Like that. Oh, you gotta go further down. Like that. And then you are gonna be here. Don't think I can. Further down and facing to the side. Like that. Okay. That one's frames. This is crystal oscillators. And this one's going to be AI limiters. So I got to figure out how to get AI limiters over here. Those are probably going to run underneath with the stators. Actually, let's do... And then we'll have to connect this train. And this is probably going to run to L2? Maybe. Alright, we'll get this connected. I'll take a break. Once we get the AI limiters over here, I'll take a break before we connect the train because that's where problems are going to come in. Probably. Anyway. Probable problems. It's like potent potables, but worse. AI limiters are up one more. Oh, that's why it's slow, because that's coming out. Let's do that then. That'll fill that up faster. Okay. AI limiters are up one more. So I could drop that down over here. No, it has to be over here. Yeah. Is that gonna work? Oh ho! Yes, it is. I love it when a plan comes together. Let's put you dead center on that guy. So we'll get rid of that belt. Put a splitter. Yeah. Okay. And then we scooch down here. Fill you in. Drop you. Where am I sending you? If I come along here, you can go this way. And then straight through here. Yeah. We'll do that. You hug this guy for now, and then we'll come this way. And then this way. And we'll make nice, very nice spaghetti. Very, very nice spaghetti. Alright, AI limiters. Have a good meeting, Paint. You're gonna be there. So I could probably just do this. Where's this guy? Here-ish. Boy, this is gonna be ugly. See, at this point, I don't even care that they're crossing. Or that that's not lined up. Okay. AI limiters are loading. Boy, this is a mess. Crystal oscillators are full already. That's full already. That's full already. All right. So we're going to reconnect this train. You know, should I bring it over to that one? No, I'll just leave it on this one. That's fine. Ooh, well. I'm going to have to tie it into this loop. In order to keep everything aligned on the right sides. Boy. If I do one crossover, it shouldn't be bad. Guess. Not like it's going to be particularly high. Is this? It is lined up. Okay. Let's say, is this not on the same height? Alright, so should be able to do that from there. Oh no, I need that. That needs to be a little further away from the signal. Why can't you come this way? No. Alright, maybe it won't be. I'll have to move that signal then. I'm going to have to redo the signaling here anyway, so. Because we're going to have a crossover right here. So this guy is going to have to go up here. We're going to need one here. And here. That guy's going to become a block signal. Why did that break? Think we're good? You know, I could take that path signal and that block signal off, actually. And just have it be from there to there. Which will probably be better. And then there to there. Yeah. So then the path coming this way is just making sure we can cross over. Hopefully that works. Alright. I'm going to scooch. Oh, I got to go see where I'm going to put this. I'm pretty sure L2 is where I'm going to put this. Pretty sure we're going to put it in the L2. I don't think I have a 4-spot station left on the right-hand side. I have a couple single slots left over there. But I don't have a full station left, so... There's still going to be a couple more things that I need to ship over here. That I'll probably make plants for elsewhere, like some of the iron products and stuff. We'll send some. Okay, yes. L2 is going to be where we're going to unload all of this. So you go here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna be that. So you're gonna go from, what are we? L2? L2 to main Audi. Back to L2. Alright. Make sure you get over there and get back. And then we'll take a quick break. Away we go. Off into the wild blue. That is long enough for him to queue in here, right? Yeah. You're waiting for that. Now we're good. Which means then you should start rolling. Yeah. Okay. So many trains. Okay. Quick wires through. Are you waiting for the nitrogen train to come through too? Apparently. And go. Okay. Over here. And then through here. Okay. That's a long trip for a short trip because of the traffic. It's like driving in New Jersey. You're only going right over there, but it takes 20 minutes because of traffic. Wait, did I not set that one to load? Ah, crap. I didn't set this one to load. That'll have to get the load next time. Please don't collide. Okay. That seems to be working. We should be okay. I do hate the one crossover there, but there's not really a cleaner way to do it. Unless I put another rotary in over there, which I don't particularly want to do. And up and unload. Okay. That should start rolling. That one just needs to get that. That's connect. Oh, right. The belts need to be redone. Right. I forgot. Which ones are those? Over here. So, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So, we go there. That's the correct direction. There. There to there. There to there. There to there. Mm-hmm. Oot. One more. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. We got those. We do have to add storage containers here. Haven't done that on this side yet. Yeet. Yeet. Okay. You to there. To there. Jamie, thank you for the lurk. Happy Monday. All right. That is those 4 done. What we'll eventually do with all of these are going to work as storage buffers. So we'll actually put a merger on the vertical belts and loop them right back in. So we'll always have a buffer there. We'll also be able to tag dimensional depots off of them as well. Eventually. The eventuality. Alright, that is running. All 4 of those are running. So, that means we can start making stuff. At least a little bit. So we're going to scooch up here. And we're going to start building particle accelerators. But I'm going to take a quick break first. I'm also going to kill my cam. Just FYI. My head's splitting and I don't want to look at the light anymore. So, really quick 2-minute break. Now's a great time to grab a drink, grab a snack, get up and move around if you can. Don't forget to take your meds if you haven't. I will be right back.
Of your continued disrespect of the broadsword in Dark Souls 3. Alright? Now listen.
I'm sorry. Wait, I'm sorry. You're tired of my disrespect of a subpar weapon in Dark Souls 3?
Subpar? Okay, listen up, buddy. Its starting damage is 117. That's an early game drop of a weapon in that game. 117. You can get that thing to close to 200 in about +5. That weapon scales immensely high in damage, along with you leveling up strength. It becomes one of the strongest weapons in the game. That weapon killed all the hardest bosses in the game for me. Yes, it is a short-range weapon, but it forces you to be up close and learn the bosses properly.
Why can't I hitch my horse here?
That is something else.
I didn't steal the horse. I was trying. I didn't steal the horse. Buddy.
Stop, or I'll kill you. I swear.
Buddy.
Hold it right there.
Hold it.
Nose up and boost. You guys ready? Oh, that's not... That's the photon cannon. How do I boost? Too high to initiate landing. Oh, there it is. You discovered this. Mine an asteroid field? Now, this is what I'm talking about. Feeling strong? Man, this looks good. Oh, what? Can I go through the portal? What happens if I just jump into the portal? Oh! I want to do that again. Also, I'm pretty sure we landed split-legged on top of a tree. So totally doing that again. Look at the view! Come on! Yes!
All right. Hang on, let me fix this. Hang on. That one. Found it. All right. We're good. Need a Goots VTuber model or something? Yeah. Showed a trailer with the Jeep truck this weekend. It's not a truck. Jeep. But it's not a truck. Hang on. I could probably do... Hang on. Pause. Bear with me. Almost there. Maybe. Wait. This one? No. Where's... What? Didn't I? Did I? Didn't I? I didn't? No? Maybe. Possibly? There we go. We'll just have that right there. And then you can see my face. Right? Yeah. See? I agree. Okay. Not a truck, it's a toy truck. With best-in-class towing for a toy truck. Yeah. Nailed it. Right? Yeah. I think so. A little mesmerizing. Slightly mesmerizing. I'm mesmerizing. All right. So this is going to be here. Yeah. 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 You're going to be here. Like that. Yeah. Maybe scooch over a bit, actually. So we have some buffer space. There. There. Yeah. Yeah. Nuclear pasta indeed. My good sir. These need to be Caterium painted because then they're extra cool. Boom! Particle accelerator. Nuclear pasta. So we can preload that. And preload that. Because we're making... What do I need? I need 100 of these, right? So... yeah. How's the head and sinuses feel now? Hey, it's... meh. I just turned the cam off because I can't have the lights on anymore. They're unhappy, if that makes sense. Okay, so I need copper powder, which is right here. Copper powder. Do I want to pull from the top? I think I'm going to pull it from the top. So we got copper powder. You're going to come from here. And we're going to go this way. We'll go out to here and across. Miserable on Saturday. Husband got it yesterday. Never had one last all day before? Okay. Humble brag. Oh, look at me. I don't have sinus headaches that last for 3 or 4 days. I'm fancy. Let's drop a splitter. Where are you? You're coming in on the half C's there. Maybe I should draw you over there. Hang on. Move you. And bring you over here. So you be on the half-C's there. Then we'll put you in betwixt. It's not gonna like that, is it? Oops. No. That's gotta bump in a little bit. So I'll put you there. They were calling for up to a ½ an inch of pollen accumulation. That's awful. That shouldn't be a thing. That sounds just terrible. No, thank you. I'm all set. A slight change to the VTuber. Have the nod GIF be part of 19 identical ones that cycle, except one addition is the tug wink. You know, that's a great idea. I mean, it's hay fevers, you know, right? That's what it is. It's miserable. Hay fever is miserable. Just like me right now. You should do it. I mean... Alright, let's get these fired up, because they look really cool when they start going. And away we go. Wait, what is... we're going to have to bump that up. We're going to have to pump those numbers up. I mean, I don't have to, but I'm gonna. Okay. So the power draw on these is anywhere between 500 and 1500. Just if you're curious. It's a lot. It ramps up. As it constructs, it slowly climbs. But they look really cool though when they're running. Rookie numbers. Rookie numbers. Bzzzt. And away we go. Sloop and shard it to the max. Right. Sure, champ. Sure, champ. Alright. Halfway there. Yikes. I need to fix that train. Because that's gonna bother me as it drives into the distance, wanting to be disassembled. How that bug still exists this many years into this game. Alright. We have our first machines running in the big factory. Look at that. Look at that. I made that floor to ceiling glass, basically. Just because I knew particle accelerators were going to be there. So it looks cool. Alright. So then the other things, we're going to have to build some other things here. We're going to get heat sinks going, cooling systems going, fused modular frames going, and radio control units going. Which will take a little bit of doing. Is that? Oh. That's what that is. Sorry, I heard there's like a buzzing, like a vibration going on. I thought it was my speakers feeding back, but it's the movers upstairs are doing something that is vibrating the floor. Alright, so those are going, so that'll complete the nuclear paste. I need to get electromagnetic control rods need to get going, right? So AI limiters and stators are here, so we're going to make an assembler, and we're going to make electromagnetic control rods. And then I'm going to manually bring over the thingies. There used to be an old lady that lived above us who I think just constantly fell based on the noises that we would always hear. Just constantly fell. She has moved out. These people have been here for like a year. And it sounds like they're also leaving. I don't know what the other explanation would be, other than there's movers. I do need to loop these back. Let me do that now, while I'm thinking of it. because these are going to be used, so I want to make sure I do this now. So this floor and all these are going to end up working as buffers, is the whole point of this. So we have the containers here, and then I'll also do dimensional depots on the end here. Get quieter people up there next. I have my doubts. I have my genuine doubts. But who knows? Could be. Ew, why are you... Is it that height? That's level, okay. Why is it they built a Dunkin' next to the place you have to drop off computers for repair? To make you suffer personally, is my theory. Okay. Okay, let's do the same thing over here because we have a lot more of those over here. Why is that one empty? Why are steel beams not coming in anymore? Uh-oh. I might have to stop delivering steel beams to the other place if that is going to be a problem. Murph, what's going on? Because we were having a sorting issue with the steel beams and quick wire as well on this side, which was fixed, I thought. Oh, see, because the quick wire is backing up. So then we're not getting... Frig. Alright, I gotta change that. This is really annoying. This is supremely annoying. One of the irritating things about trains, if you have them go to multiple stations, it tries to cross-load all kinds of crap, and it makes it really annoying. See, how's it going? It is a day. Boy, howdy, is it a day. Yeah. Like, that is problematic. So now I gotta go down there and manually offload, or it might help when I hook this up. A little, at least. Might as well just put them on the rests. Woke up like an hour ago, clicked on stream, then fell back asleep for an hour. See, I refunded your points, by the way. I spent like 45 minutes this morning trying to get my freaking camera to work with the banana suit, and then between that and my headache, I just couldn't. So, I gave you your points back. Alright. Since I redid my cam, I didn't reset the, I never reset the extra settings that I have to have for the banana suit, because the green screen does not like, chroma key does not like a yellow that is very close to, that is very close to the green, so. We gotta get all this quick wire out of the way. It shouldn't be that much. Why is it so much? Why is it so much? Green screen with yellow is such a pain. Yeah. It really is. You should not, there should not be any more friggin' quick wire in there. What the hell? Did a train just arrive and put more fucking quick wire in there? Are you kidding me? I gotta go fix that train. Bro. This is driving me to drink. Which is not where I want to be. Alright. I gotta go fix that, because that is a super big problem. I could... You know... If I move the smart splitter up here instead... Alright, let's do that. Because this train, every time it comes in, is going to slap more quick wire in there. So what I can do is we'll put a smart splitter right here, coming off it. No, I have a big thing of water. See, I'm done with coffee for the day. Don't you worry. Center output. Steel beams only. Left output. Quick wire. Then you're gonna go into that station, which is quick wire. We get rid of that, we get rid of that. We get rid of that. And that belt. And then... we do conveyor hole. There. Connect you. Reconnect you. And steel beams go. Okay. that will at least... that'll cause the choke point to be here instead of feeding it further on and increasing the problem down the line. Now I gotta go fix that train. What freaking train is that? That's the one that's going... Is that Quickie 2? Yeah. Quickie 2 is the problem. Am I even using steel beams at the main factory? I don't even think I am. Also, I have 2 empty spots on this train line. Keep that in mind. Coffee has water in it. Yeah, coffee's hydrating. That's like the amount of coffee you'd have to drink for it to actually dehydrate you. I mean, it is a diuretic, but it's not like... It's still mostly water. You know, if you're running a marathon and you're hydrating only with coffee, you may end up having an issue. Like, you'll be fine. Alright. I gotta go fix this before we have more problems. An egg and bacon sandwich has water. Hydration. Yeah. Big time. Right, Quickie 2 is there. I don't think I'm going to get over there in time. I gotta see... I don't even know... I genuinely don't even know if I'm using steel beams for anything over here. I'm going to have to take a look at the line. Because if I'm not, I can stop loading steel beams here. Yeah, there you go. Being all problematic. Because you're also mixing the load here. Steel beams are going there. But where are you going? You're going over to storage. Is are we actually using you for anything? Or are you just sitting here? Bro, you're just sitting here. I don't even need to bring these here no more. Alright, cool. Even better. Oh, because you're delivering steel beams too. Wait, what do you do? Oh. So what I can do is we'll turn off main 2. Hang on. Stay there for a second. Quickie 2 delivers where? To R2. So, let's edit your timetable. Take off main 2 and add R2. And then Quickie 2 no longer needs to get steel beams. Pretty sure. So then is my other quick wire train. You are going to Quickie off over there. Okay. We'll see how that works. That might... I don't think that'll cause any problems. We'll see. think I might get this and just rename them all to things like the 627 or the 841. And you need a spreadsheet to track what's on each. I try to make the names in the trains, like, not boring, but, like, also so that I know what's on them. Like, I know it's carrying quick wire. I just don't remember if it's the quick wire that goes to circuit boards or if it's the quick wire that comes here. So, Quickie 2, quick wire caboose is our circuit board one. Quickie 2 is the one that brings them here, and we are still using quick wire here. We're just not using steel beams here, so steel beams won't have to be delivered here. But Quickie 2 will keep pretending to deliver steel beams. I guess we could change this to load. And it'll eventually run out of steel beams here. And then that'll just be empty? I think I wanted it to load steel beams because I have to load it from the second... I don't remember. I don't remember. Who are you? You're steel beams, you're just going through now. You don't stop here anymore. You just pass through and you're going to R2 to drop that stuff off. Okay. So we just added another train to that loop. Which is fine. So I still got to get heavy modular frames over there getting built. AI limiter. Oh, no. No. That stuff's being delivered over there. Heat sinks, cooling systems, fused modular frames, and radio control units being built over there. Alright, I see Quickie 2 in the distance. Quickie 2 should not be in the distance. You're coming to main 2. Were you... Why are you over there? You shouldn't be going that way anymore. I can't... It's registering that there's like a train car there. Every time you say that name makes you giggle. I'm glad. That's my goal. I gotta get that quick wire out of that car. Wait. So then this should load. Yeah. This will load steel beams onto that. And then that'll stay full. Are you still going to R2? Do I need you to go to R2? Yeah, you're the only one bringing quick wire to R2. But as long as the steel beams over there are full, you shouldn't unload the steel beams, and then you won't get any mixed cargo. But I still have the thingy. Yeah. I still have the thingies there, just in case it gets mixed. I don't know, man. I still want to be able to make a null train car that doesn't get loaded or unloaded. Alright, let's go see about getting more stuff built. Okay. Sure. That seems like a route you should take. Oh my god. You know what? I mean, it looked like it drove in a question mark, Guru. Maybe it wanted me to question myself. Mission successful. Every now and then the trains do something like that and it just makes you go, You know? things that make you go, The quickwire is quite full, right? Yeah, of course it is. And now I am quite full of quickwire. Alright, how are we doing over here? That's loading, but it should be full. Yeah. And then you're also full, because I'm not using quickwire here for anything. I have a ton of quickwire in my inventory now. Alright, let me go upsy daisies. And see how this is going. Hey! Top these off. Let's do this. We'll throw a small storage container. Right here. And a small storage container. Right here. Okay. Those will keep going. Oh, you know what? I do have... I guess that would mix too much, though. I do have one of these vertical belts. This first one right here is not going to be used because I swapped that freight station to liquid to bring nitrogen in, which I'm doing. So I could change this into mergers and then use that to bring stuff up to the space elevator. But it would bring all the different components into one, which wouldn't necessarily be great. Okay. Other things I need to build. I need electromagnetic control rods to be made, which is stators and AI limiters. Let's go down a floor and we'll get that going. Over here. So stators, Jesus Christ, they're so loud. Stators are on this one, aren't they? Oh yeah, there they are. So stators and AI limiters are here. So we need an assembler. Put you over here. These are going to be... These are going to be combined with those in another assembler. Okay. I got to go get the versatile frameworks from the other factory and just I'll bring them over by hand. So we'll line you up with the AI limiter output. Put you right there. You are gonna be electromagnetic control rods. No, I don't want this to be in the middle. I'll end up just crowding up the middle and kind of defeating the purpose of what I'm doing here. So I'll put you over here. Alright, stators and AI limiters. I gotta put labels on this stuff. AI limiters. Here. Enough room that we can pull those belts. You know, I should probably do that. Hang on. Okay. AI limiters go there. And stators. You can come along this way. And stators. 2 mores. Let me just do this real quick. There. That is to there. Leave those there so I remember why those are pulled out like that. Okay. That's going to be making 4 per minute. Is that what I need? I only need 1 per minute for magnetic field generators. So let's underclock this to 2. We'll throw a industrial storage on the end of it. We need power. And go. Okay. That'll be making electromagnetic control rods. So I have to go get a versatile framework, which means I gotta go drop some stuff into storage. I do have a random storage container downstairs for exactly this purpose. I might make another one. Yep, I'm gonna make another one. Ba-da-da. Let's throw those guys in there and that in there. Just storage for random crap. Okay. Let me go grab the versatile frames. Then we can get those going. So then we'll have the magnetic resonators and the nuclear pasta going. So then it'll just be those motors that we gotta make, which are... Why do you keep going that way? Because that guy was there. So every time there's somebody coming this way, they go here and then make a 300-degree turn to avoid collision. I mean, I guess that's better than colliding. Wait, let me get a run. Well. Alright, versatile framework, we're up yonder. Yeah. This one? No. This one? No. This one? Yeah. Okay. Let's mosey back over. I do have to double check to see if that quick wire and the steel beams are getting messed up again. Part of the changes for 1.2, by the way, with the addition of fuel of liquid trucks, is the carrying capacity of the liquid train cars was also massively increased, which is very nice. Very nice indeed. Alright, so I need... another storage unit right next to you. You're gonna be those. And then we're gonna take another assembler, which of course doesn't line up when you have them like that because they're too close together. You're gonna make a magnetic field generator. Oh, I haven't run power across this floor yet. Not perfectly line up the inputs on multi-input machines. Yeah. This and other irritating decisions Do they not understand their target audience? Genuinely. Alright, so then throw another one of you right here. You mean neurodivergence? Yeah. Yeah. 100%, yeah. I guess I could bump this back up to full, huh? There's nothing else I need these for right now, though. I'm not doing nuclear. Magnetic field generator will be used for something next time. Well, I could ramp that up next time. I'll just leave it. Imagine if the 4 inputs of the manufacturer were horizontally level. Wait, are they not? They're in a line horizontally, right? Right. I still want to be able to mirror machines. That would be fun. Okay. That's going. Those are going. Let's see how those are doing. Nah, I don't really have any interest in Factorio's Axe. It's been requested a lot. But doing this in 2D just seems boring to me. Like, and I don't mean that in an offensive way to those who enjoy Factorio. It just doesn't offer me the sandboxy creativity that this does, and I would get bored of it immediately, I think. So. Ugh. Satisfactory is just Factorio with DLSS 5 enabled. I love Jensen's response to everyone telling him that DLSS 5 is the worst thing they've ever done. His response was, well, you're wrong. Oh, okay. That makes me feel better, I guess. Sure, champ. We'll go with that. Let's put a floor hole up here. Now, you know, let's merge first. Look at how cool these things are, though. Look at that. Those things are neat. Yeah, that always works well for executives when you tell your consumers that they're wrong. You know? Oh, that needs to be further out. Oh, I guess I could. If we go here. Do 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 do. All right. Get rolling. Wish AI companies weren't so sleazy. Yeah, all companies. Wish all companies weren't so sleazy. It's almost like late stage capitalism is a horrific hellscape. Right. And demonetized. Do I bring this back over and plug it into that and bring it up? Or do I just go straight up here? Oh, I could use these. Oh, that's even a better idea. Yeah. That's what I'll do. So these interruptions in the windows, where I have the pillars on the facade, I can use those to send things up vertically to the space elevator. That'll work lovely. Ugh. My head is pounding. I'm gonna connect these and then I think I'm gonna call it a day. I'm miserable. It's not getting any better. My meds are doing nothing. I just want to lay down in a dark room and pretend like the world doesn't exist. You know? You know? I think that's what I'm gonna do. So we'll get this guy connected here. Send you over to the spacey elevator. Alright. So we're almost halfway on the nuclear pasta. Magnetic field generators are coming in. So the only thing we got to get going is this guy who, good God. That is a stupid recipe. Like, we need modular engines, which I have a ton of, actually. We need turbo motors, which I also have a bunch built up. Cooling systems and fused modular frames. So fused modular frames and cooling systems, I'm going to get going in this factory. Turbo motors I have a bunch of built up, so we'll just bring them over. Same with modular engines, and we'll at least get this completed. But hopefully, I think Wednesday. Yeah, I think Wednesday we'll either. We probably won't complete Phase 4, but we'll be really close to completing Phase 4. 4 manufacturers and a blender to make one part. Yeah. Yeah. I don't like those. All right. Unfortunately, I'm gonna call it there. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'll be back. I think we'll probably do a backwards stream tomorrow. Probably, maybe. I'll see what's going on in the morning and let you know. We'll just pop on for a couple hours over on Tugboat Backwards if we do. Otherwise, I'll be back here Wednesday morning with more Satisfactory, and hopefully we'll get really close to, if not finish, Phase 4. We can always sloop some stuff and whatnot to really speed it up. But have a fantastic rest of your Monday, everybody. I'll see you bright and early Wednesday morning for more Satisfactory. So until then, as always, as ever, remember, be good to each other. Bye, everybody.